Hello, elementary teachers and principals and staff. It's Rod, and I'm here to talk with you a little bit about our standards-based grading thinking. So I've been doing some reading recently, and I've come across a few ideas, and I also want to reflect a little bit on some of the things, the beliefs and the mission of our school system as we talk about this topic. So we know that our mission is to cultivate thinkers, learners, and positive contributors to a global society. We know that we believe that learning is a consequence of thinking, and that children grow into the intellectual lives that surround them. A couple of books I've been reading recently. This one is called The Alchemist, which is fiction, and I normally don't read fiction, but a colleague suggested this to me, and two ideas stood out in this book for me. One is that we need to be aware of our personal calling. And when we truly aspire to something, the universe conspires so that we achieve that. When we really want something to happen and we believe that it's possible, the universe conspires and leads us toward that end. And then, from Howard Gardner, he talks about intelligence, and specifically multiple intelligences, as the extent to which students possess different kinds of minds and therefore learn, remember, perform, and understand in different ways. This is how he thinks about multiple intelligences. It's really about how students are different. The kinds of minds that students have, the way that they learn, remember, perform, and understand in different ways. Every student is an individual. They come to us with unique backgrounds. We want for each of them to become a learner, a thinker, and a positive contributor in a global society. We believe that learning is a consequence of thinking. We want students to grow into the intellectual lives that surround them, and we want to be intentional about those intellectual lives. And we believe that students are smart in different ways, unique, that they have unique and special contributions to make, that they grow over time. So how do we give students and parents feedback on their learning over time? How is it that we're becoming a culture of thinking, and that we feel this tension to constantly learn and get closer to this ideal, an ideal of a culture of thinking? And one way that we want to do that is to consider carefully the feedback we give to parents and to students about their learning, how we communicate about their child individually, who that child is becoming. We want to have those conversations again and again about reading and writing and math and science and social studies, about that student's character, about social skills, about grit and about perseverance and about wit. These things that we think are very important, communicating over time. So that's what this process is really about. It's about communicating with parents about their individual children and how they're growing over time. It's about us as a school system getting closer to our beliefs, to our mission, and to our values continuously over time. This process has begun. It will never end. The document that you'll be reviewing is not finished, it's not complete. It's something that will continue to evolve as we work with it and as we make more sense of it. We'll adjust it over time. We're going to give students and parents feedback on the growth of their children over time. We're going to continue to reflect and to adapt. I'm really excited about this process, and I'm thankful to the people who put so much into it. And I'm grateful to you for looking at it and thinking about it, talking about it, and considering how it can get us closer to our mission. One other idea that I've encountered recently comes from Peter Senge, who's one of my favorite authors. And he says that the journey is the reward. As a learning organization, we know we'll never be complete, even any more than we can say that we know everything there is to know, or that we're intelligent in a certain way. It's always a process of becoming. And as we get there, we learn more and more about what we value and what we believe. and it becomes more clear to us what we want and what we want more deeply. So that even as we move closer to what we thought we wanted, now we understand things differently and we want something else, something more pure, something that's driving us and making us wonder as an organization. So the journey is the reward. I'm thankful to you for going on this journey with me, for your willingness to continuously learn and to grow, to share with one another, to talk to one another, to model your learning and your thinking, and to be a risk taker. So thank you very much for taking the time to think about these ideas this morning and to share your thinking back with us and to grow over time and to appreciate the journey. Thank you very much.